Yeah, so we've been bouncing around in the Old Testament with the prophet Isaiah. We've had kind of first Isaiah, second Isaiah, third Isaiah, back and forth. Always something, almost always something saying that this is some doom and gloom, but then also that there's hope. Well, this morning, our text from Isaiah comes from the 63rd chapter, and it's only 3 little verses, kind of pulled out of this whole big narrative. But it's one that reminds the people to look back. Where did you get your heritage? And so the prophet writes, I will recount the Lord's faithful acts. I will sing of the Lord's praises because of all the Lord did for us. For God's great favor toward the house of Israel, God treated them compassionately with deep affection. God said, truly, they are my people, children who won't do what is wrong. God became their Savior. During all their distress, God was also distressed. So a messenger who served him saved them. In love and mercy, God redeemed them, lifting and carrying them throughout the earlier times. Think back. The prophet is telling the people of Judah to think back of all those wonderful things that happened. You had the covenant between Abraham and God. It carried on from future generations. You had the Exodus where the Hebrew slaves were freed from long time of being slaves in Egypt. You had Moses with the law. You had all these wonderful things. You got a promised land. Don't forget your past. It was interesting this morning as we were talking around the coffee table, we were talking about the old fairgrounds that used to be around Odebo. Almost every family has a story to tell. Almost every community has a story to tell. Carol is very important in telling the story of the Adams Ranch. That's one of the legacies of Odebo. They throw in the Cook Ranch. Now I find out there's fairgrounds. You didn't know that either. That was news to most of us, except for Bob who farms it.
40 North Louisville, we still call that the fairgrounds.
And so there's a lot of interesting stories. Think about in your family, some of the stories that go back multiple generations. I'm going to ask Elaine to help me on this so I can sort of get it right.
Of course, it's his family.
It's my family. Her family doesn't have near the interesting stories my family has.
I have other weird ones, but that's okay.
We'll talk about that later. But there was Isaac Crawford, who was a medical doctor, who goes back great, a whole bunch of greats, and an uncle.
Like 1840.
1840. Now, did he come to southeast Iowa, or did they find him?
No, he came to southeast Iowa looking around. He was actually from Ohio. He got his medical schooling in Ohio. And so in 1840, they found out he was a doctor when he came down to southeast Iowa. And they said to him, if you come here and live, we will build a house for you and name the town after you. Now, it's about the first incentive plan I've heard.
Dr. Isaac Crawford.
So the town is
Crawfordsville, in southeast Iowa, right along Highway 218.
Gee, Ruthie, that's what we should do anymore.
But, there's stories in all of our past. Some are pretty interesting, some are, I think most of us have saints in our past, and we probably have a few horse thieves, or maybe cattle thieves. No, those are rustlers, I think.
Ruthie says moonshiners.
Or you've got Templeton.
Down where you're at.
Yeah, Templeton has a legacy of back in during Prohibition and being an interesting place. One of the stories that I've heard told is that the revenuers had come to this one facility to check it out. And the wife was there, and at that time she was wearing a long skirt, so she sat on a 55-gallon keg. And the revenue never realized that she was sitting on a keg of hooch. Yeah, but we have all these stories, don't we? And a lot of them we can laugh at, we can smile at. And what the writer of Isaiah is trying to do is say, remember God did these things for you people. When you turned away from him, oops, bad things happened. That's how you ended up being overrun by the Assyrians. That's why you ended up in exile. You stopped being faithful. Remember the good things, and let's go back. We can't go back to what it was in 1840. Well, look at the change in medicine. I'm not sure any of us want to live in 1840 with the medicine that's available. Probably most of us wouldn't be here today, with the things that they could do that back then they couldn't even dream of. But we have the legacy and the hope. And that's what the writer of Isaiah is talking about, is bringing hope back, looking at the good things of the past, moving ahead, but taking the good stuff with you from yesterday. Now, coincidentally, the gospel text for today comes from the 2nd chapter of Matthew. Matthew starts out with the coming of the Magi, but we don't hear that today. This is after they've left. That's next week's. So whoever did the lectionary has the week's flip-flop, but whatever. But I want you, as you hear this, notice how Matthew, who is writing to primarily a Jewish audience, is going back to the past, showing how this birth of this child is a fulfillment of God's plan and his gift. When the Magi had departed, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up! Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod will soon search for the child in order to kill him." Joseph got up and during the night and took the child and his mother to Egypt. He stayed there until Herod died. This fulfilled what the Lord had spoken through the prophet, "I have called my son out of Egypt." And that comes from Hosea chapter 11, verse 1. When Herod knew the Magi had fooled him, he grew very angry. When you read about Herod, that guy was absolutely paranoid about his position. Anybody that was viewed as a threat to the throne, he had removed. Even Caesar once said about him, "It's safer to be his pig than it is his family." Because he didn't care who you were. He thought he was going to live forever, be king forever. Nobody's going to interfere with it. So he sent soldiers to kill all the children of Bethlehem and the surrounding territory who were 2 years old and younger, according to the time that he had learned from the Magi. This fulfilled the words spoken through Jeremiah the prophet. A voice was heard in Ramah, weeping and much grieving. Rachel weeping for her children, and she did not want to be comforted because they were no more. And this is from Jeremiah 31:15. After King Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt. "Get up," the angel said, "and take the child and his mother and go to the land of Israel. Those who were trying to kill the child are dead." Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus ruled over Judea in place of his father Herod, Joseph was afraid to go there. And the story has it that Archelaus was even more awful than Herod, if that was possible. Having been warned in a dream, he went to the area of Galilee, in the city called Nazareth, so that it was spoken throughout the prophets might be fulfilled. He will be called a Nazarene. May God bless our hearing of his holy word. Amen. This is one of the more troubling texts, actually, in all of the Gospels. God came to Joseph in a dream, said you need to get out of town, get to Egypt for safety. But then Herod sends his troops in, and it's traditionally called the slaughter of the innocents. One of the papers I was reading this week said that at that time Bethlehem was thought to be a population of about 1,000. So it would have been roughly 20 children that would have been sacrificed. How come God says to Joseph, get out of town, take your wife and kid? What about those other 20 sets of parents? It's troubling. What does he do? And yet we have to remember, while there's good in the world through God, there's also evil. And we can't stop all evil. Matter of fact, the story that we just heard could come out of today's news headlines, couldn't it? We have an unprecedented number of people that are refugees somewhere. They're trying to escape, whether it's cruel political leadership, whether it's violence, whether it's whatever, for their safety, for their security, for a chance to live. And what do we do with them? What do we do? I don't have an answer. The problem is so big, and yet the need is so great. I can't imagine being in a country like Syria or Iraq and Iran where people are bombing everybody from both sides. How do you get out of there? And what's your future? You move to a refugee camp? You would hopefully move to another country where you can put your roots down. It's just a very troubling world. But it happened back in biblical times. It happened before that. It's happened all those centuries since then. And the magnitude's only gotten worse. Why does evil win? Or seem to win? But we have good news. If we read the book of Revelations, there's going to be a day. There's going to be a day when the good people win. That there will be peace, there will be justice, and that there will be life ever after. Through the promises of God, who are faithful and true, we will have eternal life.